She arrives on time in high-heel shoes, and she's got the cure for your RV blues. Hey there, have you heard the news? GiGi saves the day. The contract there is just no match. She'll even spot the smallest catch. You'll breeze right through the roughest patch, 'cause GiGi saves the day.
So this one, that was actually here on consignment for sale, and I told him when he brought it in, there's something wrong with your floor. I can't, you know, I can't represent this. I can't sell it like this. So if you look here, maybe, look, whoop. So, and then you see all these little this black stuff here. Well, that's mold growing out from underneath, underneath the vinyl. So when you see something like that, and even if, and it's soft all the way through here, but he didn't realize it was bad. He said all I saw was a couple of ripples, but the floor was solid. So if you look here, these are sign tales of there's issues, because if you can see the ripples in the vinyl, but it's solid. So he didn't think anything was wrong because he saw ripples. He just thought it was moisture, and he didn't do anything about it. So fortunately for this guy, I got the insurance to cover it, because it was some type of a flood. He overflowed the toilet because he didn't even know what he did, but using my expertise, one thing I do is I follow the water. So, and that's one of the advantages of being an RV Advisor member or being a GPS customer. If you don't live here and you videotape something like this, if you put me on FaceTime and I look, I can find the water or find a problem. I mean, my nose is actually the professional, but even the water lines. So I looked, and I was looking around here, and I was like, I don't see any water in the bathroom. So, and the toilet area is solid, and he said he overflowed his toilet. He hooked his, by mistake, he hooked the hose to his black sanitizer and didn't pull the handle, and he flooded the place. So where I found it, and it's very soft over there. So when I got out of the camper and I looked down, well, first there's this trim here, which is a sign of more than an inch of water on the floor. Then there's some more trim damage on that side. There's trim damage over here. So when I was with the adjuster today, he was actually denying coverage. He says, there's no water on the door, so how could it have happened in the bathroom and overflowed the toilet to do this kind of damage? He has no caulking on his roof. He has no caulking anywhere. It's a lack of maintenance. So when I told him to come down the stairs, maybe come down the stairs so you can get this shot. So I had the adjuster, which was literally turning down the claim. So I said, look under there. So if you look under there, because I'm telling him the water went under the door because the door is lifted, so of course the door is not going to be wet, you know, or damaged. But if you look really hard and you look under the door, you will see water damage on the trim on the inside of the door. So he said, oh, okay, that's all I needed. Okay, I'll cover it. Just like that. So it's extremely important to have someone that's very knowledgeable of how the shop presents the claim to the insurance company, or you will lose, because their job is to obviously save the insurance company money and not approve anything. So you've got to know what you're doing, and you got to make sure that you take it somewhere that that they know what they're doing, or your claim is going to be denied. And had I been with that other one, if he had brought it to me a year before and it was in my possession and I had the insurance company come, and if that was an ice maker leak or a water heater leak, I would have got it covered. But the fact, because he let it go for a year and a half, it didn't get covered. And when the adjuster came, he came to his house without me being there. I might have been able to put up some kind of argument, but he did it without me. So anyway, so that's that. But on the good news, at least we're 2 for 1. So this floor is going to get replaced, and then hopefully it'll be sold to another happy family.
The rights of the RV enthusiast are important. That's why the RV Advisor has built a nationwide network of RV owners, empowering you with advice you can trust. Visit thervadvisor.com.
We're back on Just Ask Gigi along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander, and it is question time, Gigi. Got a couple of questions for you. First one's from Janice. And Janice writes, any suggestions on good roadworthy tires for a small camper? Okay.
Well, depending on the weight of the camper, number one, the weight will tell you what tires, what tires load range you should have, whether B, C, D, E, F. That's very important. So, and I would, if you're towing a heavy trailer, anything over 9,000 pounds, I would say try to stay away from Chinese manufactured tires. And all of them, Michelin's, Bridgestone, they all have Carlisle's, they all have actually Chinese brand, and they have USA made tires. Chinese brands are cheaper, but they don't last as long, and they are not very good for the heat. But not the size has to be the manufacturer suggested size. But it all has to do with the load range. So take the weight of the trailer, and then when you search for tires, it'll tell you for that weight of a trailer, you need a load range E, or you need an H, or you need an F. It'll tell you that, and stick with that. And most of the time from the factory, they don't put the correct load range tires. They put borderline. So you should, go up one level from what's on there from the factory.
Gotcha. All right. Very good. And thank you, Janice, for that question. The next one's from Bill. And this is more, I think, philosophical in nature to some degree. I'm recently widowed and am downsizing. I used to be a weekender, but am considering full timing. Any thoughts in general?
I guess being a nomad, temporary nomad or permanent nomad, it's a great thing. I would, if you've been in a bigger RV, for, before, and now you want to downsize to a smaller RV, try something new, I highly suggest to rent a couple of different sizes, a couple of, you have to make a decision if you want to tow or you want to drive. If you're going to stay put for a longer period of time, I highly recommend towing, so that you still have your tow vehicle. So you'll have a, tow vehicle, you'll have a vehicle to run around and leave your house, to stay put. So those are things that that I would definitely, steer in the lines of towing something. But if, you want to try that out, don't get the tow vehicle yet until you pick out the camper so that you match the tow vehicle with the weight of the camper. But perhaps do some rentals, temporary, just just to try out a couple of different models before you jump in.
Right.
Dive in.
Right. Very good. All right. Well, Bill, thank you for that question. Janice, thank you again for your question. If you want to contact, ask Gigi a question, and contact us here at Just Ask Gigi. Very simple. info@thervadvisor.com. That's info@thervadvisor.com. In the subject line, just put Just Ask Gigi or JAG, and there you go. We'll do our very best to get your question answered right here on the show. We're going to wrap things up on the other side of this break in just a moment. Stay tuned, everybody. The RVACA is a charitable organization protecting the rights of RV owners. With your help, we'll work with dealers and manufacturers to ensure quality controls in place prior to delivery of an RV. Additionally, the RVACA provides assistance to disaster relief victims. Visit rvaca.org. Wrapping things up now on Just Ask Gigi along with Gigi Stetler. I'm Tom Alexander, and hey, you know what? Do you like seafood? I do.
Yay.
Tell us about what's happening on, what is it, the 25th?
Yes, next Wednesday, our first of many events. We have seafood festival, um, crabs, lobster,
Is that the
prawns.
26th? That's the 26th, because Wednesday's the 26th, right?
Yeah, the 26th.
Okay.
And yeah, so we're having anyway, a nice little festival with some food, and it'll be fun. And like I said, one of many. And then that weekend we're having a car show and an RV show. So anybody in town, especially if you've gone to the Tampa show, hang out a little bit longer and cruise down here. Because we'll be having, I said, a car show on Saturday. We have supercar Saturday and classic car Sunday, and an RV show all weekend. So
Wow,
fun.
boy,
things.
that's an awful lot going on, as there always will be at
Yeah.
the marketplace, Planet RV, and the marketplace, and RV Advisor. It's all under one gigantic umbrella. It's all there. It's a city in itself, folks.
Love it.
And you know, another note, our good friend of the show, Mike, the big tasty Sweeney himself, will be at the Tampa RV show, and he's going to check in with us from the show.
Oh, awesome.
And he's a former colleague of mine when we were at CBS together. And so I'll tell you something, he's a go-getter. He'll get out there and bring in some good stories for us. So he'll have some things to share. Yeah, I'm excited about it. So we're
Awesome.
going to set that up, and Michael will join us as well. Anyway, that's it for another show.
Alrighty.
Thanks for watching, and always great to see you, Gigi. And we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
So long, everybody.
Did you enjoy this video? Be sure to like, comment, and share, and hit the bell icon. Remember, ding ding, so that you're notified when new videos are uploaded. As always, don't forget to subscribe.